Good morning, third grade, and welcome back to another art lesson. Last week, when we were working on our fall pumpkins, we colored them in using either crayons, our marker trick, or watercolors. We also colored in the grass that's behind the pumpkins. So now your pumpkins look like they are sitting on the ground. They don't look like they're floating in space. So all of this should be done on your paper. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to complete the sky, and then this is going to be the end of this project. So for today, you are going to need a pencil and crayons, markers, and if you have watercolors, you can use watercolors. I'm again going to give you a few choices to do your background. Choice number one, you have to decide whether you are going to have a daytime sky or a nighttime sky. If you're going to have a daytime sky, you're going to be using more yellows and blues. If you have a nighttime sky, you can use blacks and purples and yellow or like a gray for the moon. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have a daytime sky for my sky. So what I'm going to do is figure out where I want my sun to be. Do I want my sun setting in the background? Do I want it over here behind this pumpkin? And I think that's what I am going to do. I think I'm going to have it kind of poking out over here on this side. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to draw the circle. I'm just going to go behind that pumpkin. Okay, now I know I drew really lightly, but that's just because if we have to erase, we don't want to see our pencil lines. I'm also going to add some clouds into my sky. I want it to be a really nice, sunshiny, happy day. So I've got some clouds that are going to go on and off the page. Maybe over here. Okay. Once I have that done, then I'm going to take my black crayon and I am again just going to trace over everything, making sure I stay on top of the pencil lines. Now, if you're doing a nighttime sky, you could turn this into the moon, and then you could use like your yellow, and you could add stars. That's up to you. Your choice. All right. Almost done. I got one more. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm also going to take my green marker and I'm going to add some vines coming off of my pumpkin. So I'm just going to go in and add a little like wiggly line that's going to kind of come up. And this is the part of your project where you can get really creative. This is your background, so you can choose what type of details you're going to add. Now, I'm also going to do a blue sky, so I'm going to use blue crayons for mine. You could use watercolors, you could use marker. It's up to you. It's your choice. Since I used marker for the vines, I didn't want to use marker again just because it would look too dark and it would probably just cover up all the vines that I just did. So I'm just coloring side to side, back and forth, leaving the clouds white. Now, if you wanted to, you could take like a darker blue, and you could add that in on top and just kind of blend those colors together, okay? I'm also going to give you a choice for a windy day. If you want it to look kind of windy, you could take your blue marker. You can just add a few spirals into your background. And then you would take your light blue and you would color over top. Okay? So then it kind of looks more like a breezy, like not stormy day, but just kind of a breezy, windy fall day. All right, now for the sun, I'm gonna take my yellow And again, if you want to mix some of your colors together, that's fine. Maybe I've got like a dandelion color or maybe like a yellow orangey color. You can just mix some of those together. All right, let's just pretend that I have everything colored in. Now, if you were somebody who chose to do a nighttime sky, maybe this over here is your moon, and your sky could be, or could have stars. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. So you could just do yellow polka dots in your sky and fill them in. Or you could use your pencil and just draw a regular star and then erase those pencil lines that go through. And then you could take your black crayon and you could just carefully color around your star. It's up to you. Now, if you did the yellow polka dots for your stars, I'm going to show you a little trick that you can use with your watercolor trays. So, wax inside the crayon does not like the water inside your paints. So you could just take your black watercolors and you could just carefully paint right on top of your stars, and then it won't stick. So if you did a nighttime sky, you could do that as your choice too, okay? So the background, just be creative. It's up to you what you want to add. Once you're done, then I want you to take a picture of your artwork. Make sure everything is filled in because I don't want to send it back to you. Make sure everything is filled in, hardly any white spots. Upload it into Google Classroom, and then this project is complete. If you have any questions, you can always stop by my classroom if you are an A student or a B student. If you are a remote learner, we can always set something up to connect, and I can get those questions answered for you. All right, third grade, go finish those pumpkins, and I'll talk to you guys soon. The end of first quarter is this week, so I'm really hoping we can get these done so I can get them graded and put in our grade book. All right, talk to you soon.